Hello everyone, welcome to CNA, the daily newspaper analysis. So today is 30th September. So let's start with the analysis of today. This is me and my relevant working experience. If you want to join us via WhatsApp and Telegram, you can join in via the links given in the description section below. Also, we are live with the IGP program where the registration has already begun. So you can scan this code or you can call us via our number for further details related to the interview guidance program. Let's start with the analysis of today. Delayed withdrawal of monsoon in India. We'll study about monsoon. Assam promotes pipe composting. China's geopolitical initiatives in Nepal. Surety bonds and some prelims facts. The first of the topic today is the delayed withdrawal of monsoon in India. So when we say about monsoon, generally across the world, the monsoons are experienced in a tropical area which is roughly around 20 degree north and 20 degree south. So it is a perfect location, and therefore the climate of India is described to be a monsoonal type. And in Asia, this type of climate is found mainly in the south and the southeast. So therefore, out of the total 4 seasonal divisions of India, monsoon occupy 2 divisions, namely the southwest monsoon, which is told to be the incoming monsoons, and the northeast monsoons, which are told to be the retreating monsoons. So zero southwest monsoon hoy, here the rainfall is received basically between the time period of June and September. And when we say about retreating monsoon, it is on the time period of October and November, which is now. Okay, so there are various factors which influences the southwest monsoon formation, and even there are factors which associates itself with the retreating monsoon event. Okay, so the retreating southwest monsoon season is marked by clear skies and rise in temperature. Garam bahi jai. Okay, and we can see some of the clear skies, just what we can see as of now. So you can see that the weather in the retreating monsoon is dry in North India, but is associated with rain in the eastern part of the peninsula. And hence we can see that October and November are the rainiest months of the year. Okay, so today if we have to see about some of the good causes and positive outcomes of monsoon, yes, 64% of Indian people is dependent on agriculture, basically for their livelihood. Then we can see that monsoonal rains help recharge dams and reservoirs. And even we could see that regional monsoon variation in India is reflected in the vast variety of food, clothes and house types. But yes, it can bring some of the negativities too. As is Guwahati, today the Guwahati is totally locked with flood. Okay, bahut banpani hoise aji. So the main variability of rainfall brings droughts as well as flood every year. So therefore today yate etwe koa goise je how good and the bad of late monsoon withdrawal for agriculture. So aji nai buliu last 10 to 11 years of dekha goise je amar India monsoon e khub late ke ere, bahut late ke jai, and which is basically until it lasts till November. So etu karone eta cause of worry hoise, jar karone predictions bur ajikali digdari hua hoise. Okay, even the IMD has directly went on for various number of predictions, but at some point of time this prediction fails. Okay, so hetu karone aji yate hei kothatuke discuss kora goise the how the southwest monsoon as well as how the retreating monsoon aheu derike jayu derike. So that's a cause of worry because of the normal dates getting changed. To tar uporot yate bas amar tatke important hoye jay that why and what is basically monsoons. So a monsoons or logot eta aru dutaman term jorito hoy thake which is known to be El Nino and La Nina. Okay, so what do you mean by El Nino? So it's a Spanish word which means child, and generally we can see that the presence of an El Nino leads to an increase in sea surface temperatures and weakening of trade winds in the region. So in the context of India, we could see El Nino makes dry seasons in our country, and La Nina makes the opposite of El Nino, makes rainy season in our country. So এইখিনি কনসেপ্টস আছিলে with respective to monsoons. So মই বাকি গুটে ডাটাস দি থৈ দিছো ইয়াতে তোমালোকে চাই লবা PDF ত. Next, Assam promotes pipe composting. Pipe composting কি হয় বস্তুটো? It's a very innovative and eco-friendly method for converting organic waste into valuable compost. So this technology uses PVC pipe, polyvinyl chloride pipes. And these pipes are diameter kiman thake 8 to 10 inches diameter. And length to kiman thakibo lagibo 1.25 meters. Ebilak important hoy. Moi likhi thaisu ebilak, but tumaloke ebilak janato important hoy. See, 8 to 10 inches in diameter and 1.25 meters in length. Very important. And also remember that the process involves placing these pipes vertically in the ground, leaving them 25 to 30 centimeter below the surface. So etu karone ei jikhini requirements hoy, ei requirements kini bahut besi important hoy. Okay, aru yar benefits to ki ahi jay? Benefits to efficient waste conversion ot ahi jay. Okay, then we could see environmental friendliness ot ahi jay, and then odorless and fly proof. Okay, then we could see that it is space efficient, sustainable, and has got good education opportunities. So এই বস্তুখিনি আমি ইভেন ইয়াতে চাব লাগিব. Okay, so এটো কাটি পেলাই এটা লিখি লবা clean and hygienic. Clean and hygienic, because it does not harm the environment. মন ৰাখিবা. ঠিক আছে? So overall যদি মই ক'বলৈ যাওঁ, pipe composting is a very practical and educational solution for managing biodegradable waste while promoting a green and clean environment. আৰু ইয়াৰ লগত আজি আমাৰ কি জড়িত হৈ আছে? স্বচ্ছতা হি সেৱা program. And therefore Assam is the first state who has taken such proactive steps to promote this pipe composting as a practical and efficient method for managing this biodegradable waste at the household level. Okay, so আজি even Bishwanath district বুলি মই যদি ক'বলৈ যাওঁ, মই কালি কেটা কিবা এটা কথা কৈছিল about Bishwanath district. So মোক ক'ব লাগে যে Bishwanath district কালি মই কিহৰ কাৰণে মেনশন কৰিছিলো আৰু Bishwanath district খন ৰিসেন্টলি কিহৰ কাৰণে নিউজত আছিল হেতু মোক ক'ব লাগে তোমালোকে, because of a tourism site, because of a particular beautiful site over there এটা নিউজত আছিল. Okay, so etia mo Bishwanathar kotha kiyo kolu? Bishwanath district in Assam, the district water and sanitation committee has been actively endorsing pipe composting, particularly in schools where it helps manage the biodegradable waste generated during midday meals. Aru etu lahe lahe beleg districts oto spread hobo. Okay, so that is one of the important aspect of this pipe composting. So buji pala pipe composting ki hoy? It's an innovative and eco-friendly method for converting organic waste into valuable compost. So when we say about organic waste, so organic waste boli kole ami ki buju? So organic waste is any material that is biodegradable and comes from either a plant or an animal. And therefore biodegradable waste is organic material that can be broken into carbon dioxide, methane, or simply organic molecule. Mon rakhiba ei bostuto. So as examples dibo gole moi ki bujim organic waste or leftover foods, okay, then cut flowers, petor foods, livestock's manure, eggshells, byproducts, ebilak bostu hoi jay organic waste. Okay, and therefore we know that by composting wasted food and other organics, methane emissions are significantly reduced. Okay, and therefore it's a good amount of chemical fertilizers can be seen in association with this respective composting technique. Okay, so tar karone etu bahut newsot ase, so you should know about all such respective composting activities. Questions di thaisu sai loba. Next, China's geopolitical initiatives in Nepal. So today Nepal refuses China to join global security initiative, and it's a good step taken by Nepal in the context of China, because it has to balance its relation between China and India. So what is this global security initiative which China is very interested with? See, the GSI aims to contribute to global peace and stability by promoting fairness and justice amongst nations. And it was launched back in April 2022, and it has got some basic principles. Okay, So কিছুমান basic আমাৰ principles আছে in relation to this global security initiative. So principles gita ki commitment to comprehensive security, respect for sovereignty, UN Charter principles, individual security, peaceful conflict resolution and multifaceted security. Egita kotha yate koa jay. But today Nepal has got different stance on Chinese initiatives. So enekwa nohoy je Nepal wholeheartedly like support korise nai kora. Okay, so Nepal expressed support for the China's global development initiative and it considered to be a vital, but it could not go ahead with the security initiative which China has proposed. So therefore, even if I say about the BRI, Belt and Road Initiative, so the joint statement reaffirmed cooperation, emphasizing the need to finalize a delayed BRI implements plan swiftly. But still at some point of time, Nepal, or if I say about Kathmandu, is balancing its relation with India and China. Because Nepal maintains a careful balance by cooperating on development projects with China while exercising caution on security matters. Because Nepal's security is somewhere dependent on India. Also, Nepal reaffirmed its commitment to China on Tibet, pledging not to allow separatist activities against China to go ahead in Nepal soil. And also China expressed firm support for Nepal's independence, sovereignty and territorial integrity, which sometimes is hampered by a country like India. So therefore today if I say about the China-Nepal relations, okay, so we all know that China and Nepal has both started its relations back then in 1955, where in 1956 Nepal recognized Tibet as a part of China and signing the Treaty of Peace and Friendship in 1960. Even by the time period of 1970, the then King of Nepal, Birendra, proposed Nepal as a zone of peace between India and China. But obviously, India did not show any strong interest towards this particular support. But slowly and slowly, when India and Nepal took a turn for better in around this decade, we have seen that China reopened its border with Nepal and has reaffirmed its various strategies and developmental activities inside the territory of Nepal. So we know that China has also got a good interest towards Nepal because Nepal is basically acting as a buffer state between India and Nepal. And in both the ways, Nepal being a less economically developed one, both these two countries for its respective support. So India at a concern second, because we all know that Nepal is a very strategic country for the security and protection of this country, and therefore we have to see Nepal is India's buffer country, and seeing Nepal enter Chinese sphere of influence will not serve India's strategic interest. Okay, and therefore we can see that today we try our level best so that we can make Nepal understand our security concerns, and Nepal has shown some good signs where it has not went on to sign any security initiatives just like the GSI with China. So hekhini kotha ke yat bhalke koa ase, so you just have to see with this particular elements. Okay, next surety bonds. So jetia ma surety bonds er kotha ko, surety bonds boli kole ami ki buju? See, surety bond is a legally binding contract entered into by three parties, that is the principal party, the obligee party and the surety party. So the obligee is basically a government entity which requires the principal, typically a business owner or a contractor, to obtain a surety bond as a guarantee against future work performances. So therefore the surety bonds are mainly aimed at what? Infrastructural development. And এই কারণে লাগে because it reduces the indirect cost for suppliers and work contractors, thereby diversifying their options and acting as a substitute for bank guarantee. So today if I say about surety bond is provided by the insurance company, and hetu karone yate IRDAI ahi jai, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, because it will protect the beneficiary against any act or events that impairs the underlying obligations of the principal, that is the contractor or any business person. Okay, so আজি হেতুৰ ওপৰতে ডিসিশন লোৱা গৈছে যে some of the leading general insurers like New India Assurance, SBI General Insurance have announced their plan to issue surety bonds, but nobody has been able to do so due to lack of supporting elements. So the Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Road Transport and Highways are putting pressure on the IRDAI to push the insurance industry to launch surety bond products. Okay, so surety bonds ki hoy, principal surety oblige ki hoy, ekita mo already tumalok kolo. So ekhini bostu olop sai loba. What is the main aim? Infrastructural development. Okay, ki kore? Protect the beneficiary, guarantee the performance. Okay, and how it can boost the infra project? It will help address the large liquidity and funding requirements of the infrastructural sector, which will create a level playing field for large, mid and small contractors. Okay, so এইবিলাকৰ কাৰণে আজি আমি surety bonds কথা পাতি আছো। But কিছুমান issues আছে surety bonds লগত। কি কি issues থাকে? Surety bonds, a new concept, are risky and insurance companies in India are yet to achieve expertise in risk assessment in such business. কিছুমান জায়গাত আমি risk দেখা পাওঁ। Okay, also there is no clarity on pricing, the recourse available against defaulting contractors and reinsurance options. Okay, so Indian Contract Act and Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code does not recognize rights of insurers at par with financial creditors yet, and thus insurance companies do not have recourse to recovery like banks in case of any default. So আজিও এতিয়া বহুতখিনি concerns লাগি আছে, but surety insurance contract should be issued only to specific projects and not club for multiple projects. So etu jodi ami besi projects of club kori do, then it would be very difficult for even the IRDAI to provide its guidelines in the case of surety bonds, which may ultimately leads to its failure. Okay, so heikini kotha ke yat bhalke koa ase, bhalke ebar pori loba and attempt this respective question. Next, some of the present facts today. Ki koa ase? Nu-3 military satellite. Iran has successfully placed its third military satellite, Nu-3, in its orbit. So the launch was carried by Iran's Revolutionary Guard. Okay, the satellite mission marks another significant step in Iran's space endeavors. So Nur-1, 2, and 3 are prominent satellites with this program, each offering unique capabilities and features. I have to quote place kori se low Earth orbit. Okay, so recently mukwa je Iran, because of a particular protest in relation to its hijab or naqab, news asile. Kihor karne ei news to iman besi violent clashes of gusi goisile, ei gute process to ba ei gute story to ji hoisile, hetu muk tumaloke comment section ot kobo lage je why Iran recently got famous in the whole world because of a issue related to the hijab or this respective row of covering one's body with hijab. Okay, so ei kotha to recently news ot asile, kihor kane muk kobo lage sankalp saptah. So ki hoy etu? So it's an initiative inaugurated by the Prime Minister on September 30 at Bharat Mandapam. Ki hoisile Bharat Mandapam recently? Bharat Mandapam kyo news ot asile and why it is important muk kobo lage in the comment section. In a significant program closely aligned with aspirational blocks program, our main objective ki hoy? Bring together the collective efforts and strategies developed during Chintian civils conducted at village and block levels across the nation as part of the aspirational blocks program. So etu muk tumaloke yare sabo para about the Sankalp Saptah. So the theme of the initial 6 days are ki Sampurna Swasthya, Suposhit Parivar, Swachhata, Krishi, Shiksha and Samriddhi Divas. Very, very important. এইবিলাক ডাইৰেক্টলি খুদা যাব। ওকে, এইবিলাক ডাইৰেক্টলি তোমালোকক MCQs ত খুদা যাব আৰু হেতু কাৰণে it becomes very important. So এইখিনি বস্তু তোমালোকে ভালকে পঢ়ি চাবা। ওকে, সম্পূৰ্ণ স্বাস্থ্য, সুপোষিত পৰিবার, স্বচ্ছতা, কৃষি, শিক্ষা and সমৃদ্ধি দিবস. So October 9, 2023 will be dedicated to celebrating the collective achievements of the entire week and it will be marked as Sankalp Saptah. Samabesh Samaro. Okay, very important, very, very important. Next, Shastra Ramanujan Prize 2023. So etu ki hoy? So Dr. Ruijiang Zhang to receive the prestigious 2023 Shastra Ramanujan Prize for his exceptional contribution to the field of mathematics. Very, very important. So muk kobo lage who was Ramanujan? Okay, tekhetor kotha muk koa. Next, Kongthong village in Meghalaya. Ki paise? Best Tourism Village Bronze Award at the National Tourism Award 2023 which was presented by the Ministry of Tourism at an event at Bharat Mandapan. Okay, so Kongthong, also known as Singing Community, is a community and tourist destination in Meghalaya, East Khasi Hill District in India's northeast mountainous area. So very very important. Okay, আৰু এটো এতিয়া UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage Designation কাৰণেও আমি এটা লক্ষ্য ৰাখিছো. Next, Toto Dictionary. Toto Dictionary, a language spoken by barely 1600 people living in parts of West Bengal bordering Bhutan, is to get a dictionary thanks to the efforts of professors at the University of Calcutta. So Toto বুলি ক'লে কি বুজো আমি? It's a language which is a Sino-Tibetan language. Very important. Okay, and is primarily spoken orally and is currently written in the Bengali script. Okay, আৰু এই script to develop কৰিছিল 2015 ত কোনে? Dhaniram Toto, who was the most prominent member amongst the Toto language culture. Okay, so a book by Padma Shri decorated Mr. Toto titled Dhanua Totor Kathamala was written in Bengali. Very very important ebla bostu. Okay, chalo, this is our academic team and our CNA team. Thank you all for today. We'll meet you soon next